Alright, BobalosRex here, and you may be asking why I'm in front of this guy. Well, if you don't remember who he is, he gave us some. He's the Plunderstorm dude that's in Dragonflight, and I haven't found him in Donegal, but I imagine he's there somewhere. And it's interesting because he's got a 610 ketchup item. Um, but I haven't gotten any of these silver spoils yet. But I just wanted to show him off. But we're talking about Plunderstorm today, and how great I think what they did for it is. And the first part of that is you can queue up right here. So let's get over to practice real quick. Alright, and then basically this video is I'm going to talk about my first impressions, the new additions, and some fixes I'd hope they make going forward, because my overall impression of this is 10 out of 10 return. You know, it's not, they didn't go extra, but they did good. I think they did good. Solid upgrades across the board. I think this is a great base for a mode going forward. Because if we think about the first Plunderstorm as being like just full test, balls to the wall. You know, that's why they used a renown system, because that was the thing. You know, they pulled back from that, and now we have the Plunderstorm. We have practice mode. We have some new stuff. They did add some new stuff. We're still on the same map. People have issues with that. They added the new achievements for the titles, the feats of strength, so that's kind of cool. There's still some limitations on customization here, in my opinion. We still got the daily doubloon rewards, which is great for people that just want to do a little bit. They don't really like Plunderstorm, but they want to just do a little bit each day to try to get the rewards. It's great. You know, I could pull up the Plunder Store right here. Look at this. There are a few problems with the Plunder Store. I'll go over my fixes all at once. But the Plunder Store is a great base for how to do loot in this mode. You know, you earn plunder, you spend it. I think it's amazing how quickly we earn plunder. I think it's good that it's 1-to-1. Because here's the thing, there's so many things in gaming where you earn a thing and then it gets converted to how much you actually spent. No, this is, I earn this, I get this. Boom. So, I really like that. Oh, so you can display a waypoint for him. So you still gotta, that's my problem with this, you still gotta set up your outfit every time. I really wish it would just stick to the outfit you select here. Like, the customizations for your character here should be on the main screen when you customize your character, which is also great. I love that they brought back, oh, when I leave, it brings me all the way back to my character. This is the first time I ever actually queued in from in-game, so it actually brings me right back. That's pretty sweet, how kind of smooth this is. So if I would have played a whole game, exited back, it would have brought me right back to Dragonflight. That's super good. I am going to talk about this dude when I talk about fixes, but let's head out to the mode select here. But like I said, my first impressions of this return has been great. We got the full mode right here. It does say limited time event, but we actually don't got an end date, which is interesting. We're just assuming an end date. They brought back duos and solos. We don't have trios, which I think they may bring back. Maybe trios is something that activates halfway through a Plunderstorm season. But overall, like I said, the update to Plunderstorm has set up a very solid base for a full mode of WoW, right? And if they are just going to keep this limited time, this rolling in towards the end of a season, maybe a bit of longer window, especially when they start adding more to the store, which the additions to the store is one of the, I think, the low points. But like I said, across the board, I think this is solid. Did it go above and beyond where I'd be like 11, 12, crazy stuff like that? No, but I do think it's solid 10-10 for this game of Plunderstorm 2. Because Plunderstorm 1 was good. So you couldn't really fuck it up. But now let's go over my problems. What do they need to fix? What's up? So, practice mode, great. Solos, good. Duos, trios, people like it. It should be here. Okay? Plunder store, we need a filter. We need a filter. And also, say I got everything, right? I bought everything in this. There should be a little check mark here saying I'm done. And then when a new item comes, this unchecks and it's like, oh, I gotta get a new toy. Why do I have to look through these? So if I got a new weapon, I gotta look through, oh, there's the new weapon. One, it doesn't say new here. So the store, to me, is one of the big points where we need to see some upgrades going on here, all right? A little bit of upgrade on the store could go a long way, but the store itself as a base, pretty solid. How they section it off, I don't know if it's the best. I guess that they have to use so much space to saw off the transmog. But I do, and I guess it's kind of like the trading post UI. But I do think this is a pretty solid store. We just need the better, maybe a filter so that you don't see items you own completely. Or at least along here, say check marks when you're done, or news when you need to get something there. Because having to look through this, be like, oh, is there anything there? Is there anything there the first time I get this is annoying. And not knowing I'm done with something is kind of annoying. But other than that, that's good. People have been asking for new maps. I agree. I think it'd be cool to get some new maps. Plunderstorm 3, I think, should be the place where we get new maps. Some big new abilities. And I think a lot more rewards. I think one of the holdbacks from this is we needed more rewards. There's also a cap. You can't see it because I kind of blocked it here, but there is a cap on plunder. So when I'm done collecting everything, the rate at which we collect stuff, because I'm almost done. The rate at which we collect stuff, I just need the pets and a couple of these helms. And then the weapons, which aren't that big of a deal for me, but I'm going to get it. I think it's great. Because one of the things I don't think people are considering is, so Plunderstorm 2, say you never played Plunderstorm 1. You now have to get all this stuff. And Plunderstorm 1 stuff being a little bit cheaper, I like. Okay? If we are going to do this seasonal thing, yes, Plunderstorm 1 stuff should get cheaper. Plunderstorm 2 stuff will get cheaper next time. Okay? That will be cool. But this cap's got to go. I don't think it's bad if people just save up a ton to plunder. Like, what is the problem? If, say, I'm done with this season, I save up a ton of plunder for next season. So say Plunderstorm 3, I have a ton of plunder saved up. Maybe I'm not going to be able to play a lot during Plunderstorm 3. I can have my plunder saved up, buy everything from Plunderstorm 3, and sit it out. Do they really have to... If this mode is fun for the fun of it, do they need stuff to buy to incentivize plundering more? Because I think a lot of people like this just because it's fun to play. And they would play it, especially if they're keeping this limited. I don't think there should be a plunder cap. Alright? In my opinion. Or, if you're going to have a plunder cap, you need to be able to dump it into stuff. And that's where I think that vendor is. Because you saw he was having gear, right? What if I could turn plunder into ketchup gear? 610s for my ults. What's the problem with that? I don't see any freaking problem with that. new way to gear alts, plunder. I think that'd be cool. Because, yeah, I don't know where to get that stuff. Because I remember they gave it out. I remember you got it, the bronze ones. I still have mine, actually. But I don't see anywhere to buy that here. So, we'll have to see if they add some stuff later on. I am expecting them to do a bonus plunder like they did for Plunder 1. But hopefully we see some of these fixes this Plunderstorm. Fixes I think they need to get in this Plunderstorm is this cap and a way to dump plunder. Okay. And trios. Other than that, they just need to think about for next Plunderstorm more rewards per season for sure. New maps and new spells for sure. All right. But yeah, overall, I think it's good. I do think it should stay on a rotation, but if they want to have this up all the time, I don't see a problem with that. But if they start to have rotating modes like Plunderstorms, time running, like, is that what we're going to see? So we get a Plunderstorm, this one, next, maybe, oh, I was going to say Legion Time Walking would be at the end of the 0.7 of 0.1, but it's actually Legion Time Walking is going to be at the 0.7 of 0.2. So we may see Plunderstorm 3 maybe in that July time window, which would be towards the end of this next season. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I do think, like I said, I think this is a solid base for a whole mode of WoW. We're out of the test mode. Last time was test mode. Plunderstorm 2 is a solid base. They need to hammer out the early fixes I was talking about. And then we need to, like, we need a way to dump plunder, and we need the cap to go away. Trios, filters for the store I'd like to see early. And then I do look forward to Plunderstorm 3. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.